Hello, everybody. Drew Dosick here with Verified Investing. Today, we got some market movers to discuss. So let's jump into the charts. These are some heavy hitters, ones as the title intends, ones that move the market. So let's get into it, guys. All right, first up, we see here MU. This is one of the biggest stories of the year with memory play literally ripping off the charts. But we're starting to see many cracks in the ice emerge, particularly on this chart. We can see here on MU, we've broken down from the parallel channel, and in doing so have created a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder right here. And then that neckline, right, is designated by this inclining trend line. Now, we violated this neckline already, and then since plunged back, look where price action went on this Friday, July 31st, straight up into that previous neckline of the head and shoulders in a mammoth rejection at that point. In the near term, in the coming days, this neckline is going to be a major point of contention for upside movement on the chart of MU, right around $937 moving into the first week of August. Now, clearly, you can see here this level of support at $783.25 has so far worked. Price plunged underneath there on Wednesday, July 29th, but then immediately returned back above that level of support. So near term, this is a minor level of support since it's already been pierced and tested. So if price comes back next week, we are in basically vulnerable for breaking that level. And then if that occurs, guys, look at this blue parallel in which price was contained at the end of 2025. As we see here, price has not come back to retrace the top of that parallel channel. I still am angling that this is going to be the destination of MU once and if all of this memory play unwinds with this AI data center build out. The level on top of that parallel, $625.67. You even see here, I've left the head and shoulders measured move target on my chart, despite it negating it with price getting above this neckline on the dates here of July 22nd and 23rd, still keeping that there as a tentative potential downside target if and when we have price come and tag the $600 or $625 level right on top of that parallel channel. Next up, another company making moves very similar to MU. This is SNDK, guys. This stock can move $100, $200 in one day. So if you're going to invest in this, just be very mindful with your share size positioning, as you could be out of the money a very hefty sum in just 1 or 2 trading days. Now, much like MU, you see this trend line drawn and an incline on your chart that designates the neckline of that head and shoulders pattern, which does have a target just under $300 down here at the bottom of the screen. You see what's happened most recently. We caught support exactly on the bottom of this parallel. This bottom of the parallel also happened to coincide with the $1,000 figure, a whole round psychological number, very much due for buyers to step in, particularly when we have price plunging straight down into that level. So this bounce near term totally makes sense. And much like the MU chart, the near term resistance will be found on this inclining trend line, roughly 1350 on that value as of next week. Now, if we are able to get above it, the next resistance is this $1,500 mark. Aside from that, the probabilities with price remaining under this neckline are pointing towards a move lower. Next support, and this will be minor, because this was already hit back on July 29th, but it will be on the bottom of this parallel, $1,063. Breaking the bottom of the parallel will leave SNDK vulnerable for a drawdown all the way down to previous consolidation right here in the $688 range. But again, I'm keeping that head and shoulders target on the screen just in case the entire markets get rid of the memory plays and sell those hard, as this would be at a fantastic level to get back into SanDisk, sub $300. Next up, Amazon. Guys, look at this. Amazon reported earnings Thursday after the bell, and an incredible gap up. Amazon, for the large part, as you can see here, ever since back in January of 2023, has been contained within an inclining parallel channel. And you can see I've drawn support trend lines to help illustrate the initial gap up from today's earnings. You can see the last 7 trading days or so, we were navigating this lower range and this lower support trend line, even confirming underneath, but then made a rally back up and tagged this level yesterday before earnings, and the earnings allowed it to propel not through just this one resistance, this gap fill, the 50% area, the parallel, this pivot high, until we open up here. And so far, we're struggling to get above this gap fill on Amazon, which is at $200. $270.64. We poked above it a few times today, but have since now currently trading just underneath that mark. Now, if Amazon, the thing for Amazon, if you're a bull on it, you want to see price maintain within the top 50% of this parallel. Even after this big run up, we likely are going to be having profit takers push the price down on Amazon, but you want to see it hold right here at $254. If it's able to do so, notice what's happening here. We got a left shoulder, a head, and potentially a right shoulder. Now, inverse head and shoulder patterns at the top of charts generally don't play out, at least to the measured move. But if that happens, I certainly am going to be eyeing the top of this parallel around $300 for a move on Amazon. So Amazon, let's see if it can start building momentum right here in this range, right underneath this trend line, and then come down, form that right shoulder, help it propel the momentum up to the top of that parallel. Next up, we've got Apple. Now, Apple also reported earnings Thursday after the bell, and look at the monumental collapse that we've seen here. We've spent a large part of the last month working for Apple to get above its parallel. Now, if I rewind the time back, you can see here, this parallel began back in January of 2023. We had a little movement outside of it to the downward side, and then we've also pierced it to the upward side of that parallel, all to find ourselves breaking above again and another fail. So this parallel, guys, is really very important to keep on your charts of Apple. Again, I'll remind you, back here, January 4th of 2023, connect that pivot, and then run this lower range of the parallel through the pivots here on April 3rd, the Liberation Day lows, so that way you can encompass these low pivots that occurred in June 18th, and then take that top end all the way up to the high pivot here on December of 2024. That will generate that same parallel. That way you can have that same information on your chart. And so near term, you see today's high pierce the top end of that parallel. Now, next week, that level's 306 and 47 cents. If you're a bull on Apple, you want to see price do whatever it can do to get right back above the top of that parallel. Keep in mind, this is one day inside the parallel. It's not a confirming move back down inside the parallel. Since that's not been confirmed yet, it would need 2 or 3 trading days of price actually moving further into the parallel to confirm it. Since that hasn't happened, price could easily navigate up and above that parallel come Monday. So we'll see if the bulls save Apple in the near term. Otherwise, near-term support for more selling pressure, should it arise, will be right here on this inclining trend line, taken here from a pivot low in April of this year. That level is at $290.85. Lastly, guys, into Meta, that was hurt on earnings this week, and mainly because of the CapEx spending and the overhead debt that they actually are incurring, building out all this AI data centers that many of these mega caps are doing. So investors didn't like that initially, and you can see they pushed price back down underneath a near-term inclining trend line. I say near, this is taken back from April of 2025, but you can see here it's been hit once on that date, once here over in March of this year, and then we hit it again right after earnings. Matter of fact, we closed back above that trend line. So that was actually a very positive close for Meta, regaining that trend line, allowing price to run a little bit today. But in the near term, got to pay attention to this trend line, 536.16. If we break that, minor support down here at 525.24, and then we could be coming down to this low pivot, $480. You even see I've got price action support levels beneath that level of this low pivot, because with this sort of break illustrated by this inclining parallel, Meta has been trying to show us that it is trying to break down a little bit more. You can see these attempts, several attempts to break down, all to have been saved. Very short time frame before it falls right back out again. So that's telling me this chart is a little bit weaker, angling for more of a downside move. As I said, next support will be at the low range of this pivot, just under $480, followed by $441. All right, guys, that wraps up today's market movers. They are big and they are heavy hitters, and they are making big moves. Doesn't look like Meta's out of the woods. As I said, that chart is telling me it's looking like we're going to be headed down sooner rather than later. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Again, my name is Drew Dosick here at Verified Investing. We'll have lots of videos like these available for you each and every day for free. Sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, learn some technical analysis to help you on your next trade. Until next time, folks, we'll see you right here on the charts. Take care, everybody.